They took their own life. I never knew what does it mean, but it always scares me. A phrase that always makes me anxious and frightened as a kid. I never knew what's the meaning behind these words until I encountered it. I remember September 26 last year at around 8:30 p.m. My phone started to get notifications from different people and group chats. So I opened the group chat with my friends in it and started to read the conversations and the messages. They are talking about a senior high school student from Far Eastern University who took his own life by jumping off his balcony from the 10th floor of his dorm building. One of my friends told me that she was traumatized by the incident because she saw everything that happened. After that night, I went to my computer and put it in a searching website and searched for suicidal cases here in the country and all over the world. And here's what I got. According to World Health Organization, close to 800,000 people die due to suicide every year around the globe. And 2,413 suicide cases was recorded in the year 2016 here in the Philippines. And for every suicide cases, there are many more people who attempted suicide every year. And I am one of them. It all started when I was in 11th grade. One night, I felt so lonely and sad with no reason. I ended up with a simple cry, then it was followed up by a simple sadness each day, until I was not noticing that it's getting worse. Crying at night became a routine, and sleepless nights became part of my hobby. I was eating a lot more and becoming careless of myself, until one night I just got tired of everything, and the thought popped out on my mind. I wanted to end my life. I was thinking, what clothes do I want to wear when I die? And the next morning came, I prepared everything. I was in my room, everything is super quiet. That is why I decided to turn on my television and put it on the maximum volume. I already have a box of razor blades and a box of pills that I bought earlier that day. I was choosing between cutting my wrist and swallowing pills so that I would just die due to overdose. I was crying and waiting for someone to come and help me, but no one came. Then, as I go and take the pills, I remember that I should write a note before I do it. And while I was writing the note, I just continued to cry in my bed. And the next thing that I remember, it was already the day after. Every second of that night is still clear to my vision, and when I think about it, I always get scared. My family did not know what happened that night. Even my mom isn't still aware of what happened until now. Actually, nobody knows. The reason why I do not want to tell them it's because they would not understand. Instead of comforting me, I know that they will just get mad at me. This is because of people's lack of awareness regarding mental health problems. People like me who attempt to take our own life, we do not really want to die. We just want the pain to stop. And people see this situation as our way of getting attention, and people often say that it is all in our head, or we are just overreacting. They say that we just want empathy, and people always say that the reason behind why we do this is because we do not have faith in God. But according to Teresa Coronel, a mental health advocate, suicidal symptoms cannot be prayed away, for no one is excused or has an exemption from suicidality. Suicidality is associated with mental health, and everyone could get sick. The thing is, we have believed that we could not do anything to prevent it from happening. For people who suffer from these situations are often afraid to ask for help. It's because we are not aware that there is something wrong it's happening. But we are we just feel that we are the one who is wrong. The reality is people like me do not just need attention. We do not we do not need empathy and we are not overreacting. What we need is your help. That is why I raise my voice for suicidal prevention. We could still do something to prevent suicide. And we who suffer from these type of situations should seek help in order to overcome these hard times. And the people around us could help by changing their stigma regarding suicidality. Instead of thinking of it as a wrongdoing, people should widen their knowledge about these subjects, and we should be more empathetic and at least try our best to show and give care for those who suffers. The government and mental health organizations should conduct seminars and talks in municipalities and local areas so that everyone could be aware that suicidality is not an attitude, but it is a mental health problem, and so that anyone or no one would be a victim of it.